All right, we are going to start with number 3. Let's just talk about really quick simple and compound interest formula, shall we? So simple is interest equals principal times rate times time. Compound interest is A equals principal times 1 plus the rate times the N or the T. Thank you so much. Oh. Everybody, this is Taylor. She's new to our school. When can you just go to the office and see this time? I think she probably has an emergency purchase for you. Something like that. Okay, great. Taylor. All right, so let's just take a look at number 3. We're going to read it together, and then you're going to tell me whether it's simple or compound. Les made a $300 deposit into an account that earns compound interest rate of 1.5%. Calculate the interest after 9 years. Is this compound or simple interest? Why do you say compound? Axel, where's your paper and pencil, sir? Everybody agree that it's compound?
Number 3, right?
Yeah. Yep, number 3?
Yeah.
Okay, Les made a 3. So, first off, our principal is 310. Okay, can anybody tell me my rate and my time?
Your rate is 1.5, and it's 9 years.
And then 9 years. All right, let me plug this in. Well, I'm going to rewrite my equation here. Principal is 1 plus r with an n or a t as the exponent. Now I'm going to plug it in. Our principal is 310. And we have 1 point. Remember, we move this over 2. So I'm adding the 1 to the rate. So it is 1.015. And then our exponent is going to be 9. Okay, I'm going to plug, hold on. Okay, I'm going to plug it into my handy dandy calculator. There it is. I'm going to make sure and clear it out. Everybody should have their calculator up. So 310 times 1.015, special button, which is the X and Y right here, okay? Or sometimes it has an A and a B as the exponent, so I'm going to click on that and press 9. My total is A equals 35445. So our interest and our total is 3.5445. $354.45 or $44 over 9 years. Questions for me? No questions? Okay. Let's do 4 together. Great. Yeah.
We just get 1 and 2.
1 and 2 is basically simple and compound interest. Define it in your own words. Write and label the formula. Cool. 4. John made a $250 deposit into an account that earns simple interest at a rate of 3%. Calculate the interest after 2 years. Who can give me the principal on this one? And by the way, is this simple?
Simple.
Yeah, simple interest. So I'm going to plug in, I'm going to put our equation. Who's got my principal? Chris.
250.
Who's got my rate? Jojo.
3%.
Perfect. And then who's got my time? Axel. 2 years. Can anybody tell me what I'm going to plug into my formula, how I'm going to structure it? Axel.
1 equals 250 times 0.33
Good.
and times
2. Perfect. All right, everybody. Plug this into your calculator. Let's see who gets it first. Yeah, times 2. Okay. Okay. Taylor, do you have a phone? Get it out and use it as a calculator. Do you know how to, do you have an iPhone? Great. Make sure it's on its side so when we get to the compound interest, you'll have the magic button. This is the only time I'll ever say that because you don't have a computer. Okay, what'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get, Landon? What'd you get?
15.
15? Okay. It's 15. You probably didn't hit the decimal point. And that's okay. We are all learning. So, did you get it? Did you get this? The interest equals $15. So the grand total will be $250 plus 15 equals $265. Let me see if I can just move this out of the way. Okay. Questions for me? Great. Now, I'm going to kind of move past the next two problems just because they're the same. Notice something. These guys want to use months. They say months. Make them into years. Like you've got 36 months. That's 3 years. 24 months is 2 years. Does that make sense? Great. So let's do number 7. Jason deposited money into a simple interest account. Is this simple or compound interest? Simple. So our equation is going to be I equals PRT. Jason deposited money into a simple interest account after 48 months, so that's going to be time. Months at a 4.3% interest rate. He has $85 in interest. So let's write that all down. Our interest is $85. Our time is 4 years. Our rate is 4.35%, and we don't have a principal. Okay? This is a question mark. That's what we want to know. Huh? We don't know. That's what it's asking. So this is what we're, go ahead. That's where we're going to get to, Axel. So I'm going to plug everything in, all the information we have. Remember, our rate is 0.0435 because I've moved the decimal. And our time is 4 years. Okay? Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply these two first. Okay? And I'm going to get 0.0435 times 4 equals. So I have 85 equals 0.174p. Right? It just boils down to an equation. Now I'm going to divide 0.174 by both sides. Okay? P is going to equal 48 488.51. Yes, Axel.
I think it was 165 divided by 2.435.
So you just divided twice and you got the same answer? Wonderful. Axel's always doing something different. Fine. Love it. Any questions? Axel, did you write it down like that? Or did you just put it in a calculator like that? Okay, in the future for next year, you need to make sure and write it down as such. Show the first step, show the second step. Does that make sense? So you did this first, and then you did this second. Does that make sense to you? Perfect. Shall we go on to number 8? Great. All right, 8. Tell me if I'm going too fast. You guys know that you're writing this down so you can turn it into Canvas later, right? Wonderful. Jessica, what is it, honey? What? All of these. Yes, sir. Not right at this second. Thank you. Jessica put money into an account that accumulates compound interest. What's the first thing we need to know? That this is compound interest. So we're going to write the formula. A equals P times 1 plus R times N or T, because they're both time. Okay. Her account balance for 36 months is $870. So A equals 870. Her time or N is 36 months, which is 3 years. What's our rate? 2.1. Do we have a principal? Nope. How am I going to set this up? Lucas. Well, we need to set up the problem appropriately in the formula. The principal. Okay. Perfect. Got it? So Axel, do it your way. Everybody else, this is what Harder is going to do. I'm going to multiply this with the special special number. Jackson, or I mean Taylor, let's see your phone real quick. I give extra credit for seeing dog pictures. So what you're going to do is we're going to go 1.021. This special button. Oh. So what I showed him and what I'm going to show you is this. 1.021 special button 3 equals 10. We're going to just put 1.064 P, right? We're here. What am I going to do now? I'm going to divide by it, right?
By 700, 870, right?
Yep. Who can tell me what P is now? P equals something. Oops. Oh. Jeez. Wait. Lucas, you got it already?
Yeah.
Does anybody else have it? JoJo's got it. Landon's got it. Andrew, do you have it? What part do you not understand yet?
I'm good with like 3 and 4. Those ones I want to.
Sure.
I just don't.
Remember, we have. That's a great. I understand that. You were good with showing how you're going to do everything on the right hand side. You're not good undoing what happened. That makes sense. Okay, Lucas, what did you get?
I got 817.
Is that what you got, Landon?
67. Yeah.
Perfect. Is that what you got, Trank?
Oh, yeah.
You may sharpen your pencil now. If you look, this is, you know what, Max? I'm going to step you through this again. Just give me 1 second. So I'm going to say 817 and 67. So let me start again and just focus on what I'm saying and look up here. So it's a compound interest formula, right? I wrote everything we had down to the right, okay? Now all I did was plug it into the spots where I had stuff.
Yeah, and then for 4 and for 3 and 4, then we just put that into the calculator and we got the answer. That's what I understand for that. I don't understand.
So let me just continue on with my story. Picture it. Algebra. Right now. So what we have is the opposite. So I put in the A. I know it's the A because it's what we have now, right? So I plugged it in for here, and I plugged this in. Well, whatever I do on this side of the equation, whatever I have, I know I've got to multiply it out, right? So I just took the 1.021 and did the exponent job, and I got this, right? So just look at that right now. Now, whatever the 1.064 is doing to the P, I'm going to undo it. And right now, it's multiplying it. To get rid of it, I have to just divide it. And so I did on both sides. Once you divide the 870 by the 1.064, you're going to get the original number. And that's what I came up with. Yeah.
Is it a bad habit not to round up the numbers and stuff like this? No, because I didn't round it up.
It just makes it shorter. Max, just take a minute. Take a minute. It will click in a second. You're learning a couple of things. We've been learning this over a couple of days' time. Trank, do you have a question or are you just lifting up your arms, bub? I get you. Shall we do one more? Great. Because we'll work on this tomorrow, but I'd like to get a few of these done. Okay, hold on. We did 8. All right. All right, here's another one that we'll be missing. Do you want my notes? No. Remember, I have them. You can always take a pic. Cool. So let's do 10. Because now we're going to miss a different number or a different thing. All right. So 10. Piper accumulated $34 in interest on her $300 deposit in her simple interest account. What kind of formula are we using? You can say it out loud. Simple interest. So I equals PRT. Our principal so far is $300, right? Perfect. Our interest accumulated is $34. Okay. Do we have a rate? No, because that's what they want, but we do have a time. And it says 24 months, so it's 2 years. Great. Let's plug it in. So our interest is 34. Our principal is 300. Our rate is here. And our time is 2 years. Great. What do I need to do here? Probably multiply the 300 times the 2. Yeah? So let me rewrite it. So these two need to be multiplied. 34 equals 300 times 2 is 600 R. Okay. Divide by 600. Divide by 600. Okay. Yes, Axel. Yeah. Okay. So our rate is going to be 0.0567. And then if we are going to put a percent on it, it would be 5.67%. You guys, this is just algebra. Algebra is notorious for having formulas, and you're plugging stuff in, multiplying, and then dividing it out. That's it. No big deal. You're just putting the numbers in the right place, multiplying and dividing.
Okay.
Questions for me?